Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, İlham Məmmədov. On December 2nd, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received a delegation led by Carlos Pinto Pereira, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Communities of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau.
The delegation also included Viriata Kasama, Guinea-Bissau's Minister of Environment. The Azerbaijani president fondly recalled his recent meeting with the president of Guinea-Bissau, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, and noted that the meeting had been highly productive in terms of determining the prospects for bilateral relations and areas of cooperation. Despite the short time that had passed since that meeting, the president described the visit of a delegation from Guinea-Bissau at the ministerial level to Azerbaijan as a positive sign of bilateral ties. President İlham expressed hope that establishing cooperation in the economy, including trade and investment, would contribute to the strengthening of political relations as well. Expressing his gratitude for the kind words, Carlos Pinto Pereira emphasized that the delegation he leads had to come to Azerbaijan with the aim of strengthening bilateral relations, reflecting the desire of the president of Guinea-Bissau to cement ties with Azerbaijan. During the discussions, cooperation in education was addressed, with mention of Azerbaijan's provision of scholarships to students from Guinea-Bissau, particularly in engineering, petroleum engineering, and other fields at its higher education institutions. It was recalled with pleasure that many students from Guinea-Bissau had studied in Azerbaijan in various sectors during the Soviet era, and it was noted that many of them are now represented in the government of Guinea-Bissau. Additionally, it was highlighted that several ministers and other senior officials in today's delegation had also studied in Azerbaijan in the past. The meeting also emphasized cooperation in the fields of oil and mining, with discussions about Azerbaijan sharing its expertise in these areas and exchanging views on conducting geological exploration activities, the development of a diplomatic consultation mechanism between the two countries, as well as cooperation within international organizations and the intensification of reciprocal visits were also discussed. It was noted that Azerbaijan's Asan Khidmat experience is of interest to Guinea-Bissau. President İlham emphasized that the Asan Khidmat, which provides citizens with services from government agencies and private institutions in a unified space, has been highly praised by the United Nations. The president of Azerbaijan stated that his country is ready to share its experience in this field with Guinea-Bissau.
The most important thing now is the beginning of our cooperation. We're keen to learn from Azerbaijan's experience, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Communities of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, Carlos Pinto Pereira, stated at a joint press conference with the Foreign Minister of Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Bayramov. The foreign ministers discussed the priorities for further cooperation between the two countries.
Guinea-Bissau hal-hazırda özünün müxtəlif zəngin.
Diplomatic relations between Azerbaijan and Guinea-Bissau were established in 1992. During this period, we have had a good cooperation at bilateral and international platforms. Both countries are represented in the United Nations and its various agencies, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the Non-Aligned Movement. Guinea-Bissau supported many of Azerbaijan's initiatives during its chairmanship of the Non-Aligned Movement. This has further expanded our cooperation.
But most important is now to start with our bilateral cooperation. As you know, we have also some minerals in our country, and Azerbaijan is a very rich country in these areas. So we have a lot to learn with you, and we want you to share your experience with us, and we are sure that sharing this experience, you are helping us to improve our development process.
The victory in the 44-day patriotic war did not only return the occupied territories, but also establish grounds for the return of our compatriots from Western Azerbaijan to the historical lands. This was stated during the public hearing conducted in the Milli Majlis on the theme Safe and Dignified Return to the Western Azerbaijan. It was noted that activities of Azerbaijan in this direction laid the groundwork of the new stage in public and political life of the country. The main priorities are the conveyance of truth to the international arena and international recognition of the rights of return of our displaced compatriots to their native lands. International legislative acts also support the return of our displaced compatriots to their native lands.
Bugün hamı bilir ki bu mesele tek qərb Azərbaycanlıların
Today, everybody knows that this issue concerns not only our compatriots from the Western Azerbaijan and 10 million Azerbaijani people, but also all of the world Azerbaijanis and the entire Turkic world. For the first time, we have managed to raise this issue internationally. 6 documents of the Western Azerbaijan community are disseminated as official documents of the main bodies of the UN, which allowed us to draw the attention of the world to this issue. I would like to underline that the attention and care shown by Mr. President played an exceptional role in the serious perception of the issue of Western Azerbaijan at an international plane in the context of human rights. In particular, the fact that he was raising this issue in the most reputable international formats when the opportunity presented itself.
Azerbaijan's Mine Action Agency, ANAMO, announced that extensive demining operations were conducted across Tartar, Ağdərə, Kəlbəcər, Ağdam, Xocalı, Xankəndi, Xocavənd, Laçın, Şuşa, Füzuli, Qubadlı, Cəbrayıl, and Zəngilan districts during November. During the operations, 456 anti-personnel mines, 85 anti-tank mines, and 2,274 unexploded ordnances were discovered and neutralized. In total, 4,707.4 hectares were cleared of mines and unexploded ordnances over the past months, ANAMA reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.